Welcome back to the channel, folks. This is the next episode of my wrestling series. I'm not going to do the podcast numbers anymore because that's for a general podcast, which today I'm doing. It's not what I'm doing. So today, as you see in the title, is how California proposed employee bill will gradually erode at the WWE independent contractor situation. Since All Elite Wrestling joined the fray and pretty much popularized the stigma behind the WWE independent contractor clause, there's many media outlets. One from John Oliver, who pretty much picked apart the whole WWE debate about the whole independent contractor situation, whereas they having wrestlers sign exclusive deals but not be considered employees. Sorry, but for me, if you have somebody signing a contract that says they work for you and they're only working for you, you are an employee. You are not independent. If you was independent, allow them to work anywhere they want to work. But the WWE is not going to do that, and they're going to be hell bent on trying to make sure nobody breaks that. But here's the thing: time is now on their side. Eventually, there can be a lot more lawyers and a lot more people come to people like me, the detractors, due to this whole stupid clause. Say, hey, yeah, those wrestlers, they're not working for nobody else. They're just working for you. So therefore, they are not independent contractors. They are inside employees. They're hired employees. Now, for me, the whole issue, just one of the reasons why I don't like the WWE anymore, is they hold wrestlers in like a vice grip. Rusev, I think last year or the year before, he got in trouble for cutting his hair because he wanted to cut it short. WWE had an issue with that because Rusev wanted to cut his own hair short. I'm sorry, but you might own the names of the wrestlers, but you don't own their look. Their look is theirs. You cannot franchise, you cannot trademark, copyright anything over somebody's look. And if that's the case, I hope most of these wrestlers get smart, and before they sign any new deal with the WWE or they put in their renewal contracts, they own their own look. I don't care what Vince says. I don't care what Triple H, Stephanie, whoever on the board says. You cannot trademark somebody's look and profit from it and not give them majority profit. For me, 61, 49, or whatever it is. I'm not thinking the stats right now. But you give those wrestlers majority stake of ownership of their own look, because it's their own body. And with this California bill, it eats at the WWE contracts because it proposing many things that pretty much cover what the WWE contracts are. Plus, Hollywood, LA, Sacramento, I was gonna say Santa Fe, but that's another state. San Francisco, Oakland, places like that in California are big money draws for the WWE. So now they're in a situation whereas they obey the law because this thing is being proposed, and from what I heard, that's gonna like fast track into get passed in California. You either you adapt and you let your wrestlers work wherever they want, like all these other companies are doing, or you face legal issue by the government, by the California government, or maybe the federal government over this issue, and they do an audit of all the contracts in the WWE, which, mind you, will take up a lot of money from the WWE, and that's something they don't want to do. I mean, you can, that they said in court, the lawyers are pretty much more profiting because they getting paid by the hour or whatever this incentive is or whatever, so they can get paid. And doing this will actually help those lawyers get more richer than actually solve the legal issue, and at the end of the day, it'd be like, oh, these lawyers got like, let me say, $20 million richer compared to if they just settle and change stuff, whatever. And it's like, WWE, why are you being so stagnant and outdated with your things? Nobody's having exclusive contracts. Everybody can work wherever they want to work. The thing is, people want to stay where they want to work. Like WWE wrestlers, they're pretty much shields that say, I want WWE's the best wrestling company in the world, which is actually not, because WWE has like a laundry list of wrestlers who die or been disabled or whatever due to working for that company under that banner or what have you. There's plenty of stories of wrestlers having affairs with other wrestlers, wives, husbands, stuff like that. Recently, there's fans been groping wrestlers during events, which is something I don't condone. They need to get punished for. But yeah, WWE, for some reason, believes that they're above the California law, and without LA, I'm pretty sure they're not going to get that target market, and I think that's where most of the Hispanic demographic is for WWE. So if they cannot get into that market because they're steadfast on not adapting, they're actually losing themselves money because they're not obeying the law and they believe they're above the law, which they're actually not. With this bill, though, however, similar bills like this, similar bills, give or take, if one state does it, then a few more states will do it. And my thing is, if California does it, then if New York does it, right there, that's like done deal for the WWE, because New York is where WWE quote unquote headquarters located, Madison Square Garden. And if I'm not sure where they tour the most, but it has to be somewhere like that. But if WWE goes to, if the bill passes California, New York, Illinois, and Texas, and you would take Florida, WWE is pretty much done for, because those are like the hotbed for wrestling. And since the WWE has to do with that bill, they're going to put out of those markets, which as pulling out of their markets, you lose the people's, I guess, loyalty to the brand, and you lose potential money because you're steadfast and not wanting to adapt to the current things. With this bill, that I'm happy for is that I think the California governor, she was like, she wanted this passed as soon as it can, because it stops stuff in Hollywood from taking advantage of the current bills and climate and stuff like that. So I'm very much behind this bill, because it will either way erode at old practices, and it fix what's going on with these entertainment companies, such as like wrestling, other sports entertainment stuff, entertainment in general, and probably a few other things, because California, I guess, is more progressive than all the other states, and they're trying to get this bill as fast as they can. But yeah, once this bill passes and it's legalized, they better find a new market to tap and run it quick, because once California sees the good effects of these bills, other states are going to start doing this, and then sooner or later, it's going to hit WWE harder than all the other companies, because they built their whole empire on doing this stuff, whereas like other companies, they're getting paid they're independent, because that's what they pretty much are. Impact have their wrestlers independent, and they wrestle like anywhere they want to be, with the only exceptions I do believe is like they couldn't go to promotions for TV deals, but I think Anthem lifted that. I'm not sure, but that's how the old regime was. But like I said, once you get too big and you start doing stuff like this, it's gonna affect you sooner or later. And I'm kind of happy because WWE's been doing this stuff way too long. They've been trying to skirt the edges. They've been getting all these top-notch lawyers to get out of these cases. And I'm finally happy somebody's taking them to task, because they fired Dawn Marie because she was pregnant. I think they did the same thing with Francine. They've been doing a lot of shady things to get rid of wrestlers or punish wrestlers. And I do believe they need to be held to task and have the papers served to them, because I ain't for it, and I think it's kind of stupid. You can only get away with so much stuff before Hollywood and politics finally be like, enough is enough. But yeah, it is what it is. The lady's gonna get wrecked. I say it's 5 years tops. That's what generally the contracts are set to, 5 years. But yeah, they're gonna get hit hard once the bill come in effect, and they got to scramble to find another state or whatever to tap for all the markets. Which in that case, not seeing them out. AAA can tap that California market and Hispanic market and take it over and make it theirs once again. But yeah, that's what it is. But if you enjoyed this episode, give me a like, give me a follow, subscribe, comment, share this any way you can. Enjoy the content I'm creating, and just enjoy your weekend, your day, and just remember one thing: stay out of the blast race. You might just get burned.